Alice? She's a worthless loser, just doing dirty work. Maybe I should fire her soon so she doesn't get in my face.
These words I accidentally overheard on the phone conversation of my boss, and it was about me. A couple of months later, I made him regret this. But let's go in order. My name is Alice, and I'd been working at that company for 10 years. 10 solid years. I gave it my all. Late nights, skipped vacations, going the extra mile even when no one asked. I wasn't just doing a job, I was loyal, invested my time, was proud. All these years, my boss deliberately burdened me with more and more work, while hypocritically praising me. He'd tell me how valuable I was, how great I was doing. But behind my back, he was telling others something entirely different. He'd even joked with some coworkers about how he planned to fire me soon. I was drowning in work, and he was quietly setting me up to fail. One evening, I stayed late to finish a project. Most of the office had cleared out, and I went to the break room to grab some coffee. That's when I heard my boss's voice down the hallway. He didn't know I was there. He was on the phone with someone, and what he said, it hit me like a freight train.
Yeah, Alice is just a worthless loser. 10 years in and still doing grunt work. No ambition, just there.
I froze. My mug nearly slipped from my hands. I didn't hear anything after that. I couldn't. My ears were ringing. My chest tightened. Worthless loser? After everything I'd done? I quietly left before he saw me. Drove home in silence. That night, I stared at the ceiling for hours, questioning everything. For a while, I thought about quitting, just walking out. But something in me snapped. Not out of anger, but clarity. If he really thought I was worthless, then fine. I'd show him what worthless could do. I stopped waiting for recognition and started focusing on myself. I enrolled in a few online courses in business and project management. Nights and weekends became study time. I updated my resume, built new skills, and reached out to connections I hadn't talked to in years. In 2 months, I had 3 interviews. By the third, I landed a management position at a rising tech firm. Higher salary, better culture, and most importantly, respect. When I handed in my resignation, I kept it short and polite. My boss barely looked up, so I added, "Tip for the future, discuss your subordinates more quietly on the phone." Then I turned and walked out. But 3 weeks after I left, I got a message. From him, he asked if I'd be open to grabbing lunch. Curious, I agreed. We met at some overpriced cafe. He looked different, smaller somehow. He smiled awkwardly and said,
Alice, I owe you an apology.
He told me he was stressed, overwhelmed, and didn't mean what he said that night. That he regretted it the second it left his mouth, but didn't know how to fix it. And then came the kicker.
I didn't realize how much you actually held things together until you were gone. Projects started slipping. Clients noticed you mattered more than I ever admitted.
He asked if I'd consider coming back, at a higher role, of course. I took a sip of my coffee. Then I smiled. "Thank you," I said, "but I'm finally in a place where I'm appreciated for who I am, just what I do. So no, I'm not coming back." Sometimes, the worst thing someone says about you ends up pushing you toward the best version of yourself. So if you've ever felt undervalued, don't give up. Let it fuel you, because the best revenge is becoming everything they said you couldn't be.